Forget the starting grid. We're not starting at the beginning. We're jumping right into the moment it all fell apart.
Lap 21, just 5 to go. The season's barely begun, but for one rider, it's all about to end.
290 kilometers per hour. That's the speed we're talking about. Just a blur of color and engine scream.
You hear that scream, and then, suddenly, nothing. Complete silence. And then bang. A tire just disintegrates. A podium finish. Gone. Vanished in a cloud of shredded black rubber. So, how on earth did we get to this point? To figure that out, we've got to rewind.
Okay, so let's set the scene. This is the cauldron of Buriram in Thailand. And trust me, cauldron is the right word. This isn't just a track. It's a place where a race becomes a straight-up battle for survival. The heat is it's brutal. You've got 37 degrees Celsius in the air, which is bad enough, right? But the track itself, a blistering 39 degrees. We're talking hot enough to literally make the rubber on the tires start to melt, turning the whole circuit into this sticky, treacherous trap.
So you have to understand, every single rider out there isn't just fighting the other guys on the grid. No way. They have 3 other enemies on track with them. That insane heat, the melting rubber under their wheels, and these super aggressive, totally unforgiving curbs just waiting to bite back.
So in this pressure cooker, a few key players stepped up, ready to fight for every single inch of asphalt. Let's meet our main contenders.
First, let's talk about the comeback hero, Marco Bezzecchi. He's on pole on that beautiful blue Aprilia. Now, he'd crashed out of the sprint race the day before, so he came into Sunday with a massive chip on his shoulder. This was his race for redemption. And then there's the man himself, the reigning champion, Marc Marquez. 8 world titles, sitting on that iconic red bike. He is the guy everyone is trying to beat, the benchmark for greatness.
And nipping at his heels, the shark, the 20-year-old rookie, Pedro Acosta. And let me tell you, they don't give you a nickname like that for nothing. He's young, he's fearless, and he can smell blood in the water.
Lights out, and it is absolute chaos from the jump. Bezzecchi gets a perfect start, but before you can even catch your breath, Raul Fernandez slices his Aprilia past Marquez. By the end of that first lap, the champ is already down in 4th. And by lap 10, well, that's when the real fireworks kicked off.
It's the veteran versus the rookie. Marquez pulls off this unbelievable move, passing 2 riders in a single corner. But does Acosta back down? Not a chance. The shark hits right back, reclaiming the spot on the next street. It was this incredible high-speed chess match, and neither one of them was giving an inch. And all that pressure, all that intense fighting, it brings us right back to where we started, to the moment it all unraveled. A perfect storm of heat, aggression, and pure physics, all brewing at turn 4. So what actually happened? Let's break it down. First, that brutal heat has made the tires soft, vulnerable. Second, Marquez is pushing like a man possessed, trying to close a 1.4-second gap to get on that podium. Finally, he hits that aggressive curb at turn 4. The rim of the wheel catches it just wrong, and boom, instant, catastrophic delamination. The tire just shreds itself to pieces. 1 second, he's a contender. The next, he's pushing his bike to the side of the track, his race completely over. For the reigning world champion, in the very first race of the new season, the result is a big, fat 0. 0 points. But one rider's disaster is another's golden opportunity. And in the fallout from that single moment, the old order was shattered, and a new one was about to emerge. While Marquez was walking away, our comeback hero, Marco Bezzecchi, cruised across the finish line a massive 5.5 seconds clear of everyone. It was also 3 wins in a row for Aprilia, a first in the team's history. Redemption? Absolutely achieved. And the final standings? Wow, they tell their own story. In second place, Pedro Acosta. The 20-year-old rookie leaves Thailand as the championship leader. And in third, a truly gritty ride from Raul Fernandez, who fought through a shoulder injury just to get on that podium. Incredible stuff. But the story doesn't just end with who was on the podium. It's also about who wasn't. Because for the powerhouse Ducati team, the most significant result of the day was this. The streak is over. You have to understand how monumental this is. Ducati had put a rider on the podium for 88 consecutive races. 88! It was a record of dominance stretching all the way back to 2021. And on this day in Thailand, that nearly 5-year era ended, not with a bang, but with a shredded tire. So, there are still 21 races left. The champion has 0 points,
a rookie is leading the way, and a dynasty has finally stumbled. Which, of course, brings us to the next chapter. The next stop is Brazil, and you just know the battle is only going to grow louder. You gotta wonder, right? What happens now? How does a champion with everything to prove and absolutely no points on the board, how does he fight his way back to the top? The battle now moves to Brazil. You've got a deposed champion, a rookie on top of the world, and a fallen dynasty. The war for the crown has only just begun.